I'm Neil Roberts. I'm the minister at Chelmsley Baptist Church, which is in East Birmingham or North Surrey Hull. When I came here straight from college back in 1994, and I felt very strongly at that point a call to ministry in this sort of area. It's what would have been called a working class estate. One of the issues we face, which many small churches face, is how do you make a place sustainable? The congregation isn't very big, and it's certainly not very wealthy. We had a large building that was in a very rundown condition, wasn't covering its costs at all, and needed a lot of work doing. And we felt very strongly in the early days then that God was saying, well, let's do something. We did discuss, well, do we need a building? And typically, and unsurprisingly, the church said, of course we do. But what I found inspiring from the church's discussions was they all said, it's not just us, we all need a building. We need a place where people can meet that belongs to us as a community. So we established 3 trees, which basically meant a place where everyone can come. So for some people, 3 trees is where they come to the cafe. For other people, they do dog training or they have a parent toddler group here. For other people, it's where they come and meet as a church. It took us 10 years, but part of that vision was the building looks after itself, pays for itself, and also doesn't belong to the church, it belongs to everyone. And I think that's probably one of our main drives, is that this isn't a church, it's the community's home. And the church provide an element of sanctuary and spirituality into that. Part of the regeneration process, they built some new units just around the corner from us, and we thought, wouldn't it be great to have a fish and chip shop? And then we thought, well, wouldn't it be great if it belonged to the community, because the previous owners ran a good fish and chip shop, but they didn't live locally, so all the profits went off the estate. And we thought, well, it could support the local economy, it could give people jobs. So when the unit came up, there was us, the Baptist Church, with a lot of support from Heber. The local Anglican Church were involved, the Olive Branch, which is the cafe based here, the community centre itself, because that's a different trustee board, and a local consultancy firm on social enterprises. The 4 of us got together and we opened the UK's first community-owned fish and chip shop. That profit goes back into our community to support whatever people need. If they need to get, trip to the seaside, a youth worker, support with older people, people with health needs, whatever it is, the community has a resource now that's ours, and we can decide what we do with it. So it fits in with our kind of vision around how do we make these places sustainable, how do we make communities sustainable. Our faith and our worship life is part of everyone's life here, and most people know, not everyone, but most people know there's a church here as well. They don't probably quite know how that fits. When we do things like prayer and fasting, we just make it a normal thing. We just say, this is what the people within the building are doing that of faith. So it's trying to mainstream, I suppose, spirituality into the life of here, so people know alongside everything else, God is somehow part of this. I suppose in terms of the future, God's given us a much firmer base to work from now, and that must be for a reason. So I think God can only want us to keep growing the family. That's the only reason we're here. We're not here to just be a nice building. So I would like to see more of God's friends and family coming in.